Why do you think it's so hard to grieve?
We're taught how to grieve. We experience grieving, but I don't think we truly understand it.
Grieving was like a hard, like expressing my emotions was hard because I was never given the space to do it. So, I felt like, a lot of it was internalized that in the end it ended up just being rage.
I didn't want my family to think I was weak. And even when I did tell them, they sort of, when I did tell certain people that I'm not good, and they'd go oh, stop thinking about it, trying to make it into that.
When it comes to experiencing death in Pacific Islander communities, I feel like the dynamics are almost unfair. So like when it comes to support for the younger generation and stuff, I feel like it's not really there. The focus mainly is on the adults or the elders and stuff, and I think that all comes down to the way traditions are. But I personally feel like it's unhealthy.
I would go to help Nan, but in the middle of it, I just start bawling my eyes out. Cause I just look at her and she'd be laughing, or she'd be smiling, and I just feel like, damn, you really need me. Or I just be like, why am I upset? While she's smiling here. I can't be upset. I can't be sad. I can't be struggling when she's over here. There is no space for me to be upset when there's no time. So I'd be changing her, I'd be feeding her, I'd just be crying my eyes out.
In your perspective of grief, not in the sense of losing someone physically, would you say you lost yourself with your experiences being a caretaker so young?
Yeah. I'm still struggling with it, to be honest. Because of that role, I haven't really been able to live my own life in a way. So I haven't really, I don't know.
There was just a lot of focus on what this was gonna look like how the funeral was gonna look like, how the funeral program was gonna look like, the best casket, this who had the best how to get the best mats and stuff like that, just making everything look all pretty, you know what I mean? And what family gave the most, stuff like that. I feel like when I would walk around the adults, I would just hear just gossip and just stuff that had to do with superficial stuff, appearances and stuff. But no one was actually talking about what had happened, and how it got to that point. You know what I mean? Yeah. So when it comes to grief, what do you think you need to feel safe to let yourself process through the emotions?
Support. And support on their end and honesty on mine.
Talanoa. And it was the first time I ever saw a bunch of a group of Pacifica people just talking about a lot of the important topics and important conversations, and I really felt seen.
Teach your kids from young that it's alright to cry. validate their feelings. Don't like tell them, oh, don't do this and this and this because it makes you less of a man. Or like, are you strong or what? You know, because strong people don't cry. Or if you were like, what about those kids in Samoa or like your cousins that are struggling? Like, why would you compare struggles? Like, for me, like, a big message is like, for my nieces and nephews, my biggest dream is that they have a space where they can openly communicate about whatever. You can tell me anything in the world, nothing will make me change my mind.
Everyone keeps telling me that, you know, what you did was enough, and like, I even remember my brothers going, no, like, you remember you were giving him CPR, and I was like, no matter how much people were telling me that what you did was enough, it never registered with me, and it still never does register with me. Because as much as people tell me that it's like not to feel guilty, even though like what I did was all I could at the time, I still struggle with that today, and I feel like I still will struggle with it, and I don't know how long that will take me.
Like, give yourself permission to grieve. And I felt like for the first time, like, someone actually saw what was going on.
A lot of people think that caring for an elderly person is easy. It's especially when it's your grandma.
Dealing with death,
Take your time, bro. I remember thinking, God, I think you really messed up. You should have taken me.